I got to state something about this controlled opposition alternative media garbage that's coming out left and right. Now, I'm not a fan of CNN, Fox, or any other garbage out there. Um, let me put it this way: I was kind of fed up with the major media before they had the internet, even. So I used to get publications that were printed. Yeah, actually, it was God, I can't remember his name now, but it was Accuracy in the Media. I used to get that in newsprint to read alternative news media. So I've always been somebody into alternative news media. Going back probably before, I don't know how old my listeners are, it's various ages, but maybe before some people were even born. So, going back in the 80s and stuff, right? So, like I'm older, but I'm very alert. I exercise a lot due to health and stuff. So, I can kind of think quick and, I don't know. I think I got a pretty good angle on things. This all this stuff with alternative media that's coming out, especially the slicker stuff on the internet, the slickest, nicest looking stuff. I don't trust it, man. I don't trust it at all. And like I said, I've always been into alternative media, but I think this is controlled opposition. This thing, boy, I had a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but some people got mad at me. I was talking about when Occupy Wall Street, and I think a lot of people picking up on it now. It's kind of a bunch of BS. Not that I'm Well, you know what? I'm a little bit on the side of corporate America too. I mean, I'm not totally against that stuff, not at all. And I know sometimes people go over bounds, they overstep their bounds and they're screwed up. But that's human nature. No matter what system you got in place, there's going to be people out there that go for broke. They want everything. And at everybody else's expense. But I always consider this controlled opposition. Some of the things that bug me is like the clenched fist. It's like the Marxist symbology and stuff. Now this is another one. I was looking at and commenting about. This was, it was Abby Martin and this was Luke Rudkowski. That was the first picture that showed on here. Luke Rudkowski, and this was him. Now he looks like he's associated with WeAreChange.org. I'll tell you right now, from the symbology and everything, and even the name, I don't trust it. My gut reaction, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. That's just me. And, it's all this crap. It's all in writing, and it's like, oh, we got to do this, and we got to activize this, and we got to do that. Somebody's funding this bullshit. You know what I mean? It's not over T-shirts and donations. And, that's the kind of gist that I got about. This is from Abby Martin's thing. This was... what the hell was it? This was her video about Rand Paul crackdown or whatever the hell it was. I don't know what the hell the incident was because, you're hearing one thing and you don't even know what the hell deal was. It's kind of weird that, Rand Paul has been a senator a while. He's been at a lot of conferences and press. How many times did he do this? Ever? Did he ever do this ever in his whole life? Did he? I mean, not that anybody else heard of, right? All of a sudden it happens to her, right? Right before RT is going to have her own little show on and stuff. And, I even wonder about this deal. I was kind of reading into this a little bit. It was like, it's like her own work and stuff. But now there's some new writers putting in, stuff. And it's like a lot of work. Somehow I think RT has got their little candidate here for, their next bunch of anti-Western propaganda out there they're going to put out on a shelf, for the alternative media, because I'm really not buying this Rand Paul incident at all. I don't know, maybe it did happen, but boy, it's sort of like the timing just doesn't add up right. And I'm putting this out here because I'm looking at this alternative media, and I'm finding there's a danger to this because people get fed up with the mainstream media and they want to run to the alternative media. And some of this alternative media, I can put it this way. Most people go into alternative media, they believe there's a big, conglomerate conspiracy out there how to rule the world, which who the hell knows? I think there is, I think there's been one. Well, there definitely was the one during the Roman times, so we know that type of stuff exists. It's been around for thousands of years. The Egyptians had it too. The Seleucid Empire had it too. Alexander the Great had it too. And I think there's a lot of history that goes way before what even we know about looking at ancient structures There's probably other stuff out there. So, yeah, there's always people who want to rule the world. But, I'm looking at this controlled opposition, and I'm like thinking to myself, that's exactly what it is. It's coming from the money people. It's too slick. It's too slick. Project censored. Nothing's censored, damn it. It's almost like, the news media doesn't report anything. This is one reason I like YouTube, too. Because you really got a really open venue here, no matter what people say about damn YouTube. Sometimes they don't like it because, you can't show this, you can't show that, whatever. What the hell? I mean, you can't have everything. But, they can just have regular people talking about different things, and you get a wide variety opinion. I'd rather listen to some person on YouTube than I would getting in on some of the bigger people. The Max Kaiser talk, or RT, or the guy with the English accent in RT, or any of those other people out there that are non-Russians that are talking down on the West. And, this is another thing that was associated with, looks like the Media Roots, Earth Island Institute. It reminds me of the environmentalism and all this garbage, which is a New World Order thing, we're going to be the caretakers of the earth, get the population down, save the birds and stuff, save all the whales, this kind of garbage. So, you know what? I'm going to state right now, I don't trust this at all. Nothing. Not one damn bit. Not one damn bit. I personally, it amazes me how many people love watching Russia Today. I'm like, holy shit. I could see what's going on. I could see what's going on. It's frustrating because I think a lot of people are like, they're turning away from one thing and they're going to something worse. They're not thinking. The rules are really simple. Just remember the Bill of Rights. Yeah, the Constitution, right? I know the Bill of Rights is the Constitution. It's the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. That's the most important part of the whole damn Constitution going, practically. And, I personally, I wouldn't give shit to any of this stuff. None of these guys. You know what? To tell you the truth, I don't give nothing to any church, any charitable organization, because 90% of the time, at least, I find if they're not a scam, they got a bunch of people around them that know how to use those organizations to scam. And I almost have a tendency to believe that our major forces that everybody's up against, like they're going against, the Bilderbergers, they're going against the conspiracy, they're going against the New World Order. All that crap is funding these types of organizations. And, I'm not sure about these ones, but I don't like the way it looks on the surface of it. I was looking at it and looking at what it was associated with. But I could say right now, Occupy Wall Street is a bunch of garbage. In principle, it sounds good, but it's a bunch of garbage. So I'd be very careful about all this alternative stuff out there. It's like I'm going to say, right again, and remind people, I was into alternative media before there was an internet. Way before there was an internet. I'm talking about in the 80s. As a matter of fact, I used to order sometimes publications from people that I had to give cash. I couldn't do a check. I couldn't do anything. I had to send cash in an envelope, and they sent me the stuff. So, I like digging for information. I like finding all other information. But this stuff is this is being prepackaged. And I'm going to state again, I can't buy this incident with Rand Paul. The guy's never done that. All of a sudden, out of the blue, he's going to do all this stuff. He's never done that. How many press? Do you think he's a greenhorn? He's just been out. He's been out doing press conference. He's been in political life. He's not. And I actually have to state, I have to agree with somebody said something too. I don't know how much of a traitor Rand Paul is. If I was trying to change his system, and I wouldn't tell people I was. I'd be playing along with the elite, and I'd stab them in the back when they least expect it. That's the way I play it. I don't know what the hell. Tell you the truth, if Rand Paul was running for freaking president, I'd vote for that guy. Now, I wouldn't vote for freaking Romney in a million years, or Obama. None of those guys. But I would vote for Rand Paul, even though I think on the surface it looks like he's a sellout. Because I ain't 100% sure. You got to lie. You got to be a Trojan horse, so maybe he's a Trojan horse. Who the hell knows? That's a possibility. So, I know I'm blowing his cover if he is, but you know, this I don't know if these people are legit or what. You know, this Luke and this Abby. I don't know if they're legit or what. You know, they're a hell of a lot younger than me. I can know that, and you know, maybe that's the deal too. You know, they're all fired up and they think they're doing something. I got a feeling they're being played. If they're legit, I say they're being played and directed and putting down channels. You know, you're going to be in these certain parameters and that's it. You know, so like I'd like to see some of these people ask some really screwed up questions. You know, what's really going on in Russia? Who really controls Russia? How much wealth does Putin have? You know, get some stories out there about, you know, from RT. You're not going to hear that stuff. And you know, it's interesting that, you know, our major media could do a major blitz against Russia real easy if they wanted to. But they don't. They keep quiet. I mean, if I wanted to, as an average person, I could pull up all kinds of shit on Russia that, you know, I'm not talking about the Russian people or whatever, like Russia's bad in general. I'm talking about the guys that run it, you know, the secret police and all this type of stuff, and Putin's deal, you know, the kind of crap he does. Yeah, you know, I say proof, but you know what? I can give you a lot of circumstantial evidence and stuff, you know, that makes you'd have to be an idiot. It's like, you know, it's like saying Al Capone's an altar boy, except it's a little more extreme in the case, a lot more extreme, excuse me, in the case of Putin. So, you know, it's amazing that our major media doesn't put this out. So, you know what I almost think? Our major media is, and like I always said, the East and the West always work together. Putin's elite, and they're playing a game. And I always keep thinking about this garbage. This is why this really hits a nerve with me a lot of times, because I keep thinking about this from way back. Major Analot, Tully Golitsyn, and actually others said that at one point in time, they're going to introduce a modified form of communism or a hybrid form of communism, capitalism with a human face, because people are going to be fed up with the system that's in the West and they're going to want to change. WeAreChange.org. Get it? So that's my point on this stuff. I don't even know if these people realize it or what. They might not. They might not because they're younger. That could be. But you know what? I don't know. That's about all I got to say because, you know, free press, you know, that's all I'm giving my opinion. And I think I'm the only one that's going to give this opinion too. That's what's unique about it. I'm old enough to know, but I'm sharp and young enough to be right on the edge and, you know, bite the teeth when I need to. So I think that's the deal. We are change. And what's going to be the change? There's a problem. There's conflict. You got to protest. The Hegelian dialect. You get it? Same old game. If you really look back in history, you know, 911 was like, you know, crap, I'll just add this. Well, I'm not going to say nothing about 911. But 911 was, you know, a newer event. You know, there's been a lot of stuff before that. It's the same game. It's always been going on. You know, when we had 911, I remember being at work and I said, my boss said, too bad that wasn't the IRS. That's the only thing I really remember about 911 that was really unique. And too bad it wasn't the IRS. That would have been bad. That would be one place the Taliban need to blow up. That should be okay. I would agree with that part. Just kidding. You know, those guys are, I don't know. Anyway, goodbye. That's all I got to say.